floor so no one will hear us. You try so loud to love me, I can't seem to hear. Cause your touch, my skin peels off like paint. But beneath all of our painting, there's this noise I can't shake. Or can't you hear the scratching? Something at the door. The wind sweeps us up now, behind in the air. As you took me like an animal that you're about to spear. Because I whisper and you say what and I say no. Can't you hear it? It can hear you. It wants me to.
How's everybody doing tonight? Correct. It's a metaphor. The golden chalice is a metaphor for a human. So I'm doing a collective energy read today, specifically around the political environment and the energies that are being transferred to see where the scales are right now.
Lasted for
Yeah, I have multiple ducks. Yeah. A clarifier.
Our hero. Withdrew.
I'm just checking a couple things here.
When there was two.
Nice.
We could not choose one.
So what do we need to know about the current environment politically? The shift.
So there was none.
I'll put it here so you can see it's a chariot.
Vaguely numb. Vaguely numb.
Complacency. The direction is known, but complacency is happening for the collective in the political environment. And not seeing clearly the opportunities that align for the future. All right, so I'm seeing the Chariot at the top. 5 of Wands reversed. Page of Cups upright. The Sun reversed. 8 of Cups reversed. And then 2 of Wands reversed. It's like we know what we need, we know what we want, but we don't trust, we don't have enough faith and clarity that we can walk away from what is no longer serving us. So we're holding on. What's interesting is on the Chariot card, what I'm seeing that I don't normally see is it looks like a cross, but when you look at it closer, this red symbol, if you guys can see it, if I can zoom it in, right there, it's a top. So it's kind of like that scene in Inception, right? Where the top is spinning, 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 and we're not sure which way it's going to go to tell us what timeline we're on. So we're in limbo right now, which is interesting because I got a channeling about limbo the other day. I know we all want action, right? We're jumping at the bit, but how are we not taking action in our own personal lives? What's in our hula hoop? Hey, Miss Ashwest, thanks for joining. The day is good, I would say. I'm just looking at the cards here, and it seems like we're on a teetering. It seems like there's a lot of this victory card keeps showing up in collective spreads, going up and down, and it has to do with partnerships. So there are groups, like the collective is the same on the micro as it is on the macro. So there are partnerships and unions that need to happen to enter in the big timeline that we're all waiting for. But it's getting messed with over and over again. So these are groups of people that need to come together and see eye to eye, see their common ground through the divine spirituality right here. That's the Kundalini and then the lion with the wings. Oh, I'm getting chills. Divine intervention's what's going to end up having to, because they're not doing it on their own. There's going to have to be something that happens that's so powerful that neither side of the fence can argue that their perspective is the only one. Like this is going to be all revealing event here. Let me get a clarifier on that because I've never downloaded that from the two cups before. I did say Inception, yeah. It's true. A dream within a dream. How do you know if you're dreaming or if you're awake? That's the question. Actually, I'm gonna go for the gold tarot. So divine, let's take a look at I don't want to reveal the divine's plans, not like they would tell me if they weren't protecting it. But I want to take a look and see what that thing is that brings the union between the two parties, the two groups, the condor, the eagle, whatever prophecy you align with, whatever verbiage you use. What is the divine going to reveal that removes shadows of doubts and removes shadows, essentially? What is the revelation? Victory, 5 of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. So having victory, no longer fighting, putting the swords down, showing there's no victors. They're gonna keep turning the wheel until everybody's exhausted of doing it their way. Can I get another clarifier on this? They're just letting it run. And the divine is always victorious. So I got the 6 of Cups reversed, 6 of Swords upright, Page of Pentacles. To me, what this feels like, you ever like try to institute boundaries with someone who has like a toxic, unhealthy behavior and they just don't heed to that? I feel like that's what the divine's doing, is like, we've done some interventions and tried to show you the signs, and it's not the divine's, I don't want you guys to take this as the divine's abandoning. The divine is literally just being like, we're stepping back to let your hands be fully accountable for the mess you made. We're not giving you cheat codes or little breadcrumbs. We're not giving you the past life connection stuff in your face. Oh. Where's my Bible? Hold on, guys. I'm gonna get my Bible. Hold on 1 second. I just downloaded something. Sorry, I had to get my Bible. Yeah. So there is a very specific, and I'm going to post this video somewhere else because this is an important video. There is a chapter in Revelation that talks about the time where the heavens are quiet and we feel abandoned. Like we're calling out and not hearing anything. This is the divine timeout. That's what they're showing. The timeout from the divine, the quietness. When they do that in this karmic cycle, that's what's to draw the lovers together, the union of the groups, the convergent narrative of the divine. Let me find that reading. Hold on. Revelation 8:1. I got it, guys. I'll read it to you just so we're all on the same page. Revelation 8:1. Okay. I feel like it's like, you know, the parent putting us on timeout. When he broke open the 7th seal, there was silence in heaven for about half an hour. And I saw that the 7 angels that stood before God were given 7 trumpets. Interesting. I wonder if that's a marker for, I mean, maybe that is a marker for where we are. Okay, if you're asking, like I am, like what's next? What's the next thing? It says the next section here, after this perpetual timeout, like we're not divinely intervening. We're letting the wheel of karma play out to have victory and not fighting. That like the battle's over, it's the quiet timeout. The next section here in Revelation is the gold censer. Another angel came and stood at the altar holding a gold censer. He was given a great quantity of incense to offer, along with the prayers of all the holy ones, on the gold altar that was before the throne. The smoke of the incense, along with the prayers of the holy ones, went up before God from the hand of the angel. Then the angel took the censer, filled it with burning coals from the altar, and hurled it down to the earth. It's the comet. Isn't there supposed to be an asteroid going by the earth on the 18th? There were peals of thunder, rumblings, flashings of lightning, and an earthquake. All right, so now that we've read that in context, we've seen the cards, let's clear the deck and let's ask again. Clarifier about that. Oh, that's a heavy hitter for a reading. Everybody's fighting, they won't stop fighting, so what does the divine have to do to get people to shut up? Give them space and then let them play their own tapes out, their own karmic tapes out. That's really interesting, and that's where it aligns. Oh, this is your first viewing of tarot. Welcome. Yeah, so whoever's sitting, there's 11 people. We need one more. Whoever's sitting in this reading, this might be a substantial reading. It's going to be recorded, so it's coming through. All right, let's clear this. See what else is going to come through. Yeah, I just feel like disappointment. Like the divine knew we were going to be like this, but there is so many intercessions that tried to happen, and it can't. This is the goal, and it can't happen. People aren't letting go. They don't have clarity. They don't have faith. I call this my faith card because it's abundance. They're not willing to be accountable, and they need to stop fighting. And the Chariot card, we talked about the inception symbolism, but it's also a vector, directional, alignment. Like what timeline or vector are you on right now? That's what all that was, which is very, very interesting. All right, some days I love channeling so much because it's very interesting. And did I just connect this to a revelation point in time? Yes, I did. Do I know exactly what timeline all this will happen? No. Just asked. All right, let me clear the energy real quick, and then we'll dig into this a little bit more. I'm gonna ask for the readers or the watchers today what they best need to focus on, given the context of that reading, and see where it goes from there. The 7, correct, yes. There's too many chefs in the kitchen is what I'm getting. You have a lot of secret societies, you have a lot of cults. They've been controlling the players, the divine players, and the divines are, it's kind of like what I did in one of my videos, but the divine is letting the snakes in the snake pit consume each other, and they're taking the people that have been in tribulation because of the snakes, and it seems like they're pulling them away. And the snakes are just going to have to fight themselves out until they make a decision to not be snakes anymore. That's interesting. Well, we're all the same. I mean, we're not the same, but I feel like the collective experience is very, very similar. So what do the current watchers need to know regarding that read? Oh God, yep. Myself included. So I got Page of Swords reversed, Page of Wands upright, Knight of Wands reversed, 3 of Swords upright, the Death card Scorpio, and the Tower card reversed. Let the tower fall. Let it fall. Whatever it is, let it fall. Pain is only temporary. That's a pretty heavy message. Temporary victory. So sometimes we feel like we're losing. Like Jesus used to say, like, it's only through dying we find eternal life, right? That's what I'm feeling like this is saying. It's just like there's like fighting between 3D control and then the divine spirit heart, youthful heart, the inner child versus the wounded inner child. This is a juxtaposition that was presented. And sometimes we have to let that old self die, whether it's literal, figurative, metaphorical, so that we can be young and new again. And it's going to hurt. There's no other way. You can't go over it. You can't go under it. You have to go through it. There's a lot of Jesus references, but like when he knew he had to be crucified and had to go through the extremely painful process of betrayal, he knew everything that was going to happen. He was very intuitive. He knew he couldn't skip it. Like he couldn't go through any other path. And that's what this is saying, is to endure. And I know for a lot of people going through some really hard times, it's probably not exactly what you want to hear. Let me see if I can get a clarifier for what the divine really wants to say on the other side of it. I keep hearing the martyrs, the martyrs, the martyrs. Knight of Cups. They love you. Oh my God, that's a lot, guys. Okay, they flip funny. I got the High Priestess. It's divine love. Like they're waiting for us on the other side, essentially. Like they're trying to say that they see the bigger perspective, trust your intuition, accept divine love and trust. That's easier said than done, though, when you're looking at these cards right here. Remember your divine self. What is the divine? Do you ever wonder what you actually look like on the higher dimensions? Like if you're actually an adult, or do you think you're a child? Child of God. It's about remembering that. Through all the suffering, you have the two dogs, the wounded inner child and the divine inner child, in the fight between those two. And this is the fire that forms and forges iron, but you have two choices. And that's what it's saying. The divine's saying, remember the divine love that we have waiting for you on the other side. Use your intuition and your spirituality to connect, to remember that. It's pretty heavy, guys. That's pretty heavy for a collective read. Very interesting. I hear step into the snake pit anyways. Do it! No, just kidding. I can't tell you what to do. Death is not the end. Yeah, I think a lot of us have faced death multiple times. And it doesn't have to be death. This death card doesn't have to be a literal death card. And it's interesting because the tarot card's reversed, and it's like, to me, this is about an optical illusion, because what we think is down is actually up, and what is up here in this world is down. And I feel like the card is inverted to remind us of that. So like climbing a tower is actually not as hard as it seems. It's kind of a weird inversion. No, the trust is extremely, so this is, usually when I am experiencing, the collective is also experiencing, like it's not like a soul adventure. We're never alone. And it just feels like the enemy, or whatever you want to call it, all the cards on the table, and it looks like we're down for the L, right? When you feel that way, there are certain actions you would take out of fear, right? Out of survival. The challenge here is to remember what we've been shown in times like a Kundalini awakening or something like that, that there is a divine, there is another side, and to really grasp onto that faith and be super, super strong in it. So for me personally, I'm like, okay, what are the daily things that I do every day to tap into that divine connection? And that's all we can do is today. So I died 3 years ago, and now I feel things that I can't explain to people. Have you ever talked about that on your TikTok? Because I haven't seen it personally, but I'm fast because that's an NDE, right? People who have NDEs are extremely tapped in. The martyr thing could be about the voices of all the martyrs of the past. Yeah, I think it's past, present, and future. I think the martyrs, the saints, the 144,000, whatever you want to call them, that's your martyr group, the people that have been killed over and over again for their service. Yeah, I think there's multiple voices coming through for that on this planet. It'd be really cool if we could, like, we all kind of have inclinations about it and we get like tiny little glimpses of it, like in our dreams or whatever. And it'd be really cool if we had a device that could just like say, yes, this is this soul and this is that soul. So then you have authority in that voice. So people would start listening. I don't know what that would be, but maybe the divine has something up their sleeves that we don't know about. But until then, you're like, you have like 20 people. Well, it's not 20, but you have so many people. Like take Jesus, for example. So many people are claiming to be him. I don't personally believe that many people are Jesus. I think he's one soul. I'm not feeling the music today. Genesis. Interesting. Okay, so we have done the very interesting collective read. I will make a follow-up video for this and I will post it because that's a pretty big significance. I'll put it on my YouTube for you guys. But now that we're here and chilling and vibing, we can do reads. I can do reads for people. And if you feel moved to, you guys can always donate as well. I'm on Venmo and Cash App. Yeah, I'm sure I'm going to watch it again too. I tend to rewatch my tarot readings because there's things I miss while I'm doing it because I'm like, I have never pulled out my Bible before during a tarot reading. And it was very clear, like I was like the day heaven stood quiet. And I just like, I think the message that I can't, it really is like, you're not abandoned. Remember we're there even when you can't feel us and keep on trudging. Because you have those two, the wounded child and the divine child, you have those two choices, those two paths right now. Like we're at that, this might be like a final test kind of, in a way. It's like they're taking the training wheels off, essentially. I'm getting chills. So, yeah. And like, this sounds really, I don't know, I don't want you to think this diminishes your personal experience, but no experience is a big deal. It's only as big as we make it. And I know, because when I'm going through stuff, I don't feel that way. But in hindsight, it ends up being true every time. So I'm looking for something, but I don't know what it is yet. I wonder what it is. You want a card on that, or are you just stating that? Huh. Within. Follow you, follow me. That's an interesting song. All right, let me get a card for you on that. Oh, you don't have to donate. I mean, only if you feel moved to. My tag for both Cash App and Venmo is Spiritual Squirrel, all together, one word. Really easy to find. What is she looking for? What are you looking for again? That's the Tower card. All right, I need to clarify on that. When it's time to leave a foundation, like, are you waiting for like a cue to like jump ship? Like, what are you waiting for? Because that's what it looks like. These people, sometimes in the car, these people look upset that they're leaving, and like these people look like they're like, oh, finally, we're told to go. Like, you're waiting for when that moment of inspiration, lightning strikes, and you're like, yes, we go now. We go now. We make our move now. Can I get a clarifier? So like a sign from the universe to go, go, go. Interesting. What does she actually need to look for? When you first asked that question, it was It was within is what I was hearing. And I think that's because you already have the answer. You just have to trust yourself. Have you ever played golf? Do you know about golf and how that works? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, see, they're very clear with you. So with the golf swing, and apologies if this is not like a sport you understand, and I don't mean that in condescending way, because just anyways. When we go to swing the club, and I'm not really a golfer, but like there's a point where you feel like your head, heart, and gut align, and you're present in the moment, and you just feel like a beam comes like straight. I don't know how to describe it, but this is what I consider to be alignment, and in theta state, like clear mind, clear heart, clear gut. And when you know that, you know to swing, and it's not through force, it's through power, and you're using the power of the swing, the natural flow, to get the maximum swing on the ball. Like that's what that's like when we have these big moments. Yeah, you're on there. Okay, cool. Sorry. I feel like I was mansplaining there. As a woman, mansplaining, it's kind of funny, but yeah, I do that. Yeah, I think a lot of people in this collective group, like they have a lot of changes going on and trying to figure out what the right time is to swing and waiting for the signs. I mean, there will be signs. There are always signs. I think sometimes the divine will put us in a situation that doesn't have signs to be like, hey, you don't need to be dependent on us. Like you're the barometer for every experience in your life in an empowered fashion. And so if you don't get signs, that may be what they're trying to develop in you. Yeah, see, you are the world. Okay, cool. Which reminds me, I have something on my bucket list is to go to a Top Golf place because they have like heated driving ranges. I think I want to go do that soon. It's been a while, but yeah. It's a good way to check your vibes is to go golfing. Do I sound like a privileged white person? Yes, but I was not that person growing up, despite what it looks like. I just ended up dating a privileged person, so at some point. Oh no. Interesting. How's the weather everywhere? You guys still freakishly warm? I kind of did, yeah. Oh yeah, I've touched on it, dude. So I can't not have privilege being white. Like there's always going to be some element. I'm just saying the person that I dated like brought me on a 150-foot yacht. So yeah. Arizona is nice. I'm in a tank and shorts. Oh, nice. I'm gonna try something different. I'm gonna get 2 cards. I'm gonna use the numbers to give me a chapter and a verse. Just feeling like doing something different today. Eagles. Yeah, is it like the perfect temperature in winter in Arizona? I would suspect it is. All right, so I don't judge me, but I'm hearing rattlesnake, rattlesnake, rattlesnake. Strange. There's the 5 of Wands again. Interesting. Yeah, Miss Ashcrosh, there's stuff I can like pick up on that I don't talk about on the lives for a lot of the people who enter the chat and stuff. I would love the opportunity to work with you with Reiki and some energy healing and teach you some stuff. If you're, I don't know if you've ever had experience with that. Yeah, but if you're interested, link up with me. Solar plexus, like that area here, is the fall. Oh, yeah. It's so learning energy stuff is kind of a topic I get excited about because there's so many people that are gatekeeping with energy healing and like, you don't have your certification, or it's like, no, you can feel your body. I have a coaching session that I do. It's called Avatar Awareness, but we go through all the different sensory stuff. Like we feel our bodies, like I'm touching myself. It's like, it's hygiene. Just like you had to assess your largest organ in your body, the integumentary system, your energy system is just like that. And it's going into a meditative state and becoming sensitive to any sort of sensations, colors, feelings, and we will walk through that. And that's the first step to being able to calibrate your energy. And this is the thing where dogma doesn't matter, because I found in my experience that if you're in that meditative state and you see a problem, the divine's going to show up with a solution and you're going to be intuitively guided to know what to do. Like I sometimes will find like a soul tie or like a karmic cord or something, and they teach you how to remove it. No candles required. Yeah, I mean, but Reiki is just, we're doing Reiki all the time, even whether we're wherever or not. Energy is contagious, so whether it's high vibe or low vibe, like, yeah, Reiki is everything at all times. Chanting today. I wonder if that was light language you were chanting out of nowhere today. Could have been light language. Like tail rattling torn. No, it's there's something about rattlesnake, and I see boots in desert. Like for the person who's in Arizona, there's something with it, like it means something to them, and I don't think it's necessarily a warning or scare. So that's interesting. The song that just came on was Jack Boot. Is it a man? Is there a man you're dealing with out there in Arizona? Like Johnny Bravo kind of dude? Rattlesnake? Does he have like rattlesnake clothes or boots? There's something going on there, and you're supposed to be called to attention about it. You're what's it called? Surging with your energy? Because you ruined credit card machines. Yeah, the staticky lights will go on. Yeah. A lot of times, like, I find that there's, like, a lot coming in from the divine, or whatever you want to call it, source. Like, you're getting upgrades, or like, the human, and it's like we haven't quite, I don't know, it's like you have all these plates spinning and a new one gets thrown in. And so until you're balanced again, like, you're just going to start chucking plates, kind of, and it hits stuff around you. You might be the only dude on here. My energy is weird and random. I would say probably not. Oh yeah, I see where the linker is. Where do you, like, if you were to feel your body right now, Miss Ashworth, where would you say, like, if you were to feel the energy, where would you say you feel the most vulnerable or unbalanced? Like, where would you feel that in your body? If you were to go top to down, where would you feel that the most? That's the question. Yeah, guys don't permeate my energy very often, and it's not me, it's also my counterpart. He blocks men pretty hard, so it's fun. And I thought I had control issues. Do you guys want to look at twin flame energy? Does anybody care? Because we can look. We can just vibe. I don't know, after that initial reading that we did was so heavy, I'm just like, It's like that awkward silence after something dramatic happens in a room and you're just like, so, how are you doing? Okay. My electronic payment accounts, my life is kind of crazy. Isn't there an audio that's like, hi, I'm Ryan, and my life's kind of crazy? That's what I'm hearing. All right, so let's look at masculine and feminine energy. Speaking of which, masculine tends to be, and this is for Miss Sasquatch and anybody else about the energy, masculine tends to be dominant and overly active in the lower energy chakras, energy bodies, planets, whatever you want to call them. Feminine energy is up here. I don't know what that announcement was. All right. We'll do masculine on the left and feminine on the right. We'll switch them up. Is there anybody in the chat that's like really dehydrated right now? Like you haven't drank enough fluids today? Like really dehydrated? Yes. All right. So we're gonna look at the masculine. Let's get some cards for the masculine. Let's take a look and see what's going on with the energies of the masculine. Not really feeling it right now. Sad. So much so that it's affecting their sacral energy. Like they're not into their usual play habits right now. Which is blocking their manifestation because their lower energy is affected. So they're not manifesting. The King of Swords reverse, they're being narcissistic and needing to seek higher guidance, wisdom. The Hierophant could be like a therapist, it could be a church council member, but they're having some destabilizing energies right now, and their grounding solution that they were just like, here, take it. It's Hierophant. So a spiritual elder, a therapist, whatever is what they're saying. Could be a guru, could be of different, but there's imbalance there. I think what they're seeing is what used to work for them in the past no longer works for them now, but they haven't figured out what works for them now, so they're kind of lost in translation and they need guidance. The first step is admitting you have a problem and what you're doing doesn't work. Been there, done that 1,000 times. Enjoy. All right, let's look at the feminine energy, and then we'll look at the overlap. So I got 2 Pentacles upright for the feminine. Ooh, High Priestess. So we are distracted. That makes sense. And not having the clearest, hold on a second. Not having the clearest vision right now, which is understandable. When 3D concerns brings us back to ground, it's hard to focus. That's why like oracles need their financial stuff taken care of. They need patrons or someone wealthy to like secure their life, because somebody of heavenly mind is not of earthly good. This is why the masculine and feminine can only be successful together. They can't be successful apart. And I don't mean that in a way of saying like, oh, like you have to be with your twin. No, like the divine will handle it. The moon, secrets. Yeah, okay, hold on. I need a clarifier. Action item clarifier, please. Is this what you're trying to tell me? No? Okay, hold on. Action item clarifier. I would get a read, but I don't have my electronic payment accounts. Oh yeah, okay, that's what you're saying, okay. Action items, so Temperance reverse, 3 of Pentacles upright. Huh. And Knight of Swords upright. There's shady energy. The 3 of Pentacles are shady energy. Someone's trying to empty the Divine Feminine's cup. And they're trying to get her to be rash, illogical. There are secrets. They're trying to keep her inundated and way too busy so she can't use her intuition, like distraction game. Like, so this would be like, say, like the devil is coming in and trying to, whatever energy that is, the devil energy is coming in and I bet the devil would come out. Page of Swords. Yeah, there's a spy trying to cause a tower moment. There's someone trying to sabotage the divine feminine. Fascinating. I wonder if it's still the masculine. Because in my storyline, the masculine, the King of Swords reversed, this narcissist, this malignant narcissist in a non-professional, non-diagnosed wording, keeps trying to mess with the feminine because they won't do their healing. Oh my God. Yeah, look at the song that just came on, The Contrarian by Perfect Circle. That's exactly what it is. Power hungry. So they're destabilized. They can't take accountability that it's their own fault. And so they're trying to sabotage strategically with a lot of forethought to imbalance the feminine with underhanded contracts and dealings. If you're a masculine energy and you're doing this and you're watching me right now, bro, you are your own problem. No one else is your problem. Go to the mirror, say hello to your problem and your solution. Targeting women for your own power and pleasure is so 1600. We're in a new cycle here. No more. No more. Wow. The card just told on somebody. Oh my God. It's so bad. So bad. He just dogged somebody so hard. Therapy is helpful, man. I feel like that there's masculine energy watching me right now. Listen, I would always suggest therapy for trauma and stuff. Men are told that their feelings don't matter, their emotions don't matter, so they make that everybody else's problem, specifically those that are physically weaker than them, women, right? Both on a power front, like money-wise, and strength-wise. It's time we start normalizing the conversation to say, I'm not okay, I need help in getting a therapist. It's not everybody else. Until then, you're gonna leave a trail of wreckage everywhere you go. Let's have a happy, are you trying to say vibe? I'm always being told to drink more water, okay. I haven't gotten out of, oh my God, I love this song. Yeah, okay. Oh, hey, I'm gonna invite Hannah. I don't know if this is gonna work, but I don't know what she's doing. Wow, so we just had some heavy hitting readings. Got a lot going on here. This would make sense why the divine is intervening, like what we saw in that first reading about the collective, the political, the groups, because the masculine and feminine represent individual and groups in terms of energy. This is why the divine is letting the karmic wheel play out. How are you? I got the 9 of Cups sitting on top of the deck. I think the feminine's going to be okay. I think they're going to be protected. It's like the woman in the dragon story. Like the masculine energy over here is taking on the dragon form and not the actual emperor form. This is very interesting. Ugh. Wow, interesting. All right, I'm going to ask the deck what they're going to do for the divine feminine. The divine's handling the divine feminine, given what's happening. Wow, he's literally trying to destroy her, so he feels more powerful. Wow. And you know that people who do that just feel that weak inside. Like a strong person, like who's secure, would not be doing that to somebody. That's crazy. I've heard this energy in other readings, and that was clear as day. Interesting. You know what? I'm going to switch gears. I'm going to ask why. I'm going to look and see why the masculine energy is like that. Loss. I'm hearing loss. They lost something. Yeah. They lost their celebrations and they lost their passion. Yeah, those cards are coming right back. It's all coming. Yeah, they're all literally right here. They feel like they lost their happiness. And they're blaming the divine feminine. They don't know the truth about whatever it was that they lost. Interesting. Yeah, I think there was like a big push to get the two energies as separate as possible, to blame each other. It's that divisive narrative, that strategic way. I think it has to do with money. I think the guy lost money, the masculine energy. It could be male or female, but they lost money. Which I'm both masculine and feminine. I have experience with both sides of these coins, by the way. So it's just me fighting myself. Yeah, all right. All right, what does the divine feminine need to focus on? Oh, somebody's pissed off right now. The blood boiling. The blood boiling. Yeah, so the period of rest is ending. Relationships are not a focus right now. Planting your garden, planting your seed in your garden and nourishing it and caring, this is the focal point. So it's like that song, like, get your bag, girl. Like, don't worry about the guy, get your bag, move on. I think his energy, like his influence, is diminishing, and so she's just moving on, building her empire. Yep. She's no longer fighting the King of Pentacles, that male, and she's holding on to what she's earned. Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. Hello, I'm good. How are you? We just did a pretty, oh, the song just came on, Rest Easy. So remember the cards I just pulled, the Four of Swords reversed, and it was about the divine feminine moving out of rest and no longer focusing on the karmic whatever relationships. And that's the song that came on, was Rest Easy. Yeah, see? Despite whatever that masculine's doing, he's not going to be victorious. He may be in the short term, but long term he won't be. So don't worry about it. What does the divine masculine have to focus on? There's the Hierophant again, yet again. Feeling your feels, sir, ma'am, whoever the masculine. Listen, you lost something. You have to feel it. Otherwise, your energy is going to be all in your head, not in your heart, and you're going to be aggressive and cutting to everybody around you. I get it. Been there, done that. Hurt people. Hurt people. What we don't heal, we bleed on others. Making a decision to move in a direction because you're in an impasse. That's why you have no desire. That's why you have no passion. You have to remember the abundance mindset, that the world is your oyster, right? Even though you lost something that you thought was yours, it clearly wasn't, but you're in the process of denial, right? So again, not a psychologist, but the 5 stages of grieving, right? I look at them different, and I wrote an article about it. The woman who created those is a fascinating story. When it comes to the 5 stages, either you have, I aggregated it not as transitional because nobody goes through these phases in order. Either you've accepted the loss or you haven't accepted the loss. And when you haven't accepted the loss, those 5 stages of grieving are actually different forms of it. Or like there's 4 versions. It's bargaining, anger, depression, maybe denial. But when we don't accept what happened, we're not going to feel it. So we're going to be in our head. And it's like we have this like irritating wound that's annoying us. So we're not going to be nice to people. So we have to make a decision to be able to heal that. And there's the Hierophant right there. And I keep seeing the keys. The keys are sticking out. Whoever this figure in your life is, like a trusted figure that you would go to for counsel, or to actually express your emotions, that's the person that's the key to your next phase in life. And they're going to help you remember this abundance mindset. So that's for the masculines. And I feel for the masculines because they've been told like their feelings don't matter, and that's a really hard transition and change. That's a cycle break. It's generational. Because toxic masculinity's been around for a while, right? Just soak it up, man. No, that's not it anymore. That's not where we're going anymore. The song that just came on is called Victory, which is interesting. It's a positive omen. Interesting vibes, but it feels hopeful, optimistic. Well, let's see what happens. Yeah, so I think that wraps up a really good collective read. I'll download it. I'll post it on YouTube. I just feel like I have a lot to digest energetically. I need to go cleanse and just like reset, because that was really heavy. I mean, I've had downloads like that before, not in front of people live. That's interesting. The lyrics of the song right now is "You will rise to victory," so it'll be okay. I think that's the most important thing. Hey, let me see if I can get somebody to chill. A couple of my friends are live right now, and we could start some trouble potentially. All right, so look for the video on YouTube. It's linked to my profile here. I might do some snips in a little bit as well on the TikTok account as well. So thank you to everybody who joined today. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna head out here. Have a wonderful day. Try to remember the message that we talked about, the importance of it. If you have any questions, just hit me up. You can send an email to me. You can go to my website, spiritualsquirrel.com. But until then, remember movement, meditation, hydration, sunlight. Keep it simple. All right, talk to you guys later.